Just link it to me, lol. I'm sure it's great. Okay. I know it's fanfic, but it's super personal, and I know it's kind of like weird and goes on tangents, but it's a first draft, so IDK. IDK. OMG, baby, just send it. I read your Powerpuff Girls thing. It was pretty good. Emma. Okay. Hold on. You don't have to send it if you really aren't comfortable, but I really want to read it. It sounds meta as fuck. No, I want to send it. I'm just like, IDK, your stuff's so like next level. I just hope it doesn't come off as like bootleg avant-garde or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna link it. Hold on. Emma, you're smart, you're not bootleg. Okay, here it is.
Dear Lisa, your merch sales are way down lately. We took you off the show. This place is identical to Springfield, but you're the only one here. Do whatever you want. Matt said it's okay. Love, Fox.
I don't know how many seasons ago I got the note. I decided early on I didn't want to keep track. Sometimes I regret it, but I think generally it's healthier not to know. It's been quite a few seasons anyway. I've had some ups and downs. The start was the hardest, probably. I don't think you can ever get used to it, but I've at least gotten more used to it-er. I grew past my nostalgic remembrance for proper grammar and using real words a few years ago during a pretty dark phase. I'm still happier having ditched my old pretensions. Proper English is a crutch of those still pining for approval via their academic elitist educated lens. So actually it makes me even smarter this way. After reading the note, I walked downstairs in a bit of a daze. I was surprised to see they let me keep my cat, Snowball 5. I call her Snowball 2 for short. I am thankful for that gift. My interest in TV and movies comes and goes. Sometimes art seems meaningless, but every time, like clockwork, a few years later and I'm in tears, shouting that art is the answer again. There was about a 2-month period where I was really obsessed with As Told by Ginger. Even during those times, one thing has remained mostly constant. I quickly discovered emotional release through photography. It has not yet failed me. Using the camera to capture silent moments of peace or beauty and make them mine. This helped me accept a sense of purpose and contentment in doing the same with my situation. Time is frozen for me alone. Shortly after it began, I smashed my saxophone in frustration. It was not bringing me peace, and I could no longer see my art as salvation. I could no longer see any potential for Lisa Simpson in a world that had nobody else to tell me I had realized it. I've regretted this moment since, and it is why I have not touched an instrument since. It is also why I promised my camera I would never leave it. And I won't. There is a way out of town. I think there is, anyway. There's a road that leads out of Springfield. I've never tried it. I like having the possibility that I can leave anytime. I wouldn't want to ruin that by finding out I can't. Plus, what's even out there? I don't know if I'd just fall into the void or what. Is there more out there? Is it more of the same? It makes my head hurt. Worst of all, what if it's not the same? If it's a way to the new Springfield, if all my friends are there, and I get there, and I find that it feels the same as here. And it's not how long I've been here, or how long I've been alone. But it's just me. I'm just like this. I wish they had left more animals. The zoo is fucking boring now. I enjoy alleys. They seem sort of new and exciting compared to everything else. I've seen my room, the library, so many times. For a while, I slept in a different hotel room every night. I'd go through all the things the last guests had left behind. I left a final room unchecked, so I knew I still had some uncharted territory. It was, I think, only a few days before I gave in and looked in that room too. All I found in there was a matchbox. I kept it safe in my room, and I give it much empty weight and ceremony. I know it's just a matchbox. I've had my stretches where I could find no joy in music, but usually I'm into something. Last night I took mushrooms and listened to post-rock and dark ambient records in an indoor swimming pool. I wanted that 2000s misery shit. It was okay, mostly. I think I'll just do MDMA and play 90s cartoon theme songs on a laptop again next time, though. I remember at one point during Mogwai Young Team, I lifted my hand and watched my arm cast in the fluorescent light as it dripped with water. I could see straight through, like the sun through paper. I fell asleep on one of those poolside chairs, watching Snowball 2 do the same on the high dive. How did she get up there? I spend a lot of time at the school. Somehow, I still find it peaceful. I took up smoking a few years in, I think. I'd tried everything else in the Quickie Mart 3 times, so I decided I was bound to try it out eventually. I haven't gotten sick once since I've been here. I haven't gotten taller or anything either. I doubt cigarettes are going to hurt me. The weather is all over the place. It's really impossible to tell the time of year. It's fine with me. I've mostly moved past the idea of years anyway. Today, it snowed. I'm happy about snow. It's an excuse to wear something different. I tend to just keep wearing the same outfit sometimes. It can take an outside force to stir me from my patterns and habits. My house is still my home. Sometimes I won't go there for a long time. I've slept in every room in Springfield, and I've gone through every drawer, but my room is still my room. One day, I dug a hole. I kept at it for a long time. I had become possessed with the idea that there was something down there. I learned to operate heavy machinery. The hole got deep. Eventually, I reached something. Something was seeping up from the dirt. Endless sea of yellow. I crawled deeper into it. It engulfed me. I swear, it burnt off flesh, but every time I looked, the skin was there again, just fine. I saw only blinding brightness, even when I shut my eyes. The deeper I got, the harder it was to crawl. It was like quicksand. I was sinking. I struggled, and with great effort, began to make my way back to the surface. It took much longer to get out than it did to get in. Once I was back on the ground, I cried. For days, I think I cried. Snowball was waiting for me. OMG, Emma, this is so good already. I love this concept.
I like that there's no flashbacks or anything with other people. It's like, just her. That's awesome. Thanks. Yeah, it's hard to do though. I was hoping you could help me figure out how to do more without flashbacks or anything. So it's not just like her wandering around the whole time. I want to break that up a bit. What if you had her, like, keep a dream journal? Then you could just do whatever. OMG, that's perfect. Oh, yeah.
Dream journal. At one point, I was tearing at my flesh. I peeled back some skin. It went pretty easy. It didn't feel like I was me, but that I was watching me from outside. I felt a little anxious watching, but I could see my face was calm, so I didn't get too worried. Beneath the skin, there was nothing. I just kept peeling. Later, I was in a room. I was hiding, in the dark, with a bottle of Coca-Cola. I don't remember what led up to it, but I know I was hiding it. I wasn't supposed to be with her. It was a girl Coca-Cola. The thought of someone finding her was a little exciting. The fear of being seen isn't something I feel anymore, now that I'm the only one left. I was crying and stroking her cool surface. She wanted me to drink her. I drank her, no stopping to breathe, one long chug. I couldn't resist, though. I left her just a little. I couldn't bear to drink the whole thing. I woke up around then. I went to the Quickie Mart and took some photos of the colas. I remember the day I ran out of media, or at least the day I knew there was nothing left. There was no internet, no television. I had been through every DVD, every book, all art in the town, most several times over. I was furious. I've never been so violent. I deeply regret all the things I destroyed. I burned down a few neighborhoods. I smashed things in the street. I screamed until I was sore. I threw a can at Snowball too. I'm glad I missed her. I thrust a knife into my arm. That was the day I realized I couldn't die. Death was not coming. Nothing was coming. This was it. After that, I began to have nightmares where I broke my camera. The cracked lens would bleed. I'd feel like it was a limb. Something in my head would pop, and I'd go blind. I'd feel blood pool in my throat and out my mouth. I'd choke on it when I tried to speak. I'd feel my eyes bleed, too. There would be no sound. I would have nothing. Even my mind went blank. The positive side of realizing I couldn't die was that it opened up some new experiences. Sometimes I'll light myself on fire. I watch the skin melt away. I still feel pain, so I eventually pass out. But I always wake up later, just fine, wondering if it was a dream.
I love smoking weed behind Barnes & Noble. Nobody here to fuck with you cause print media is dead and you can eat quiche and mousse from the dumpster. Yeah, and the smell of them books is great writing inspiration. Wanna read my Simpsons fanfic? Whoa, when'd you write that? Just now, when you were talking about quiche. It's mostly Lisa Vore. She unhinges her jaw and swallows Millhouse like a snake. Hell yeah. I'm too shy to be around while you read it. I'm gonna go inside and steal some Simpsons DVDs and a DVD player and a power supply and some anal beads. Okay. Get some yellow paint, too. I am Lisa. I am Lisa. Rah! Fuck you, Milhouse. Ah, that's the stuff. This Milhouse doll was worth stealing. Okay, you hold the mirror. It's my turn to disembowel the Milhouse. I'm gonna wear this cowboy hat and use a cowboy voice. I'm Cowboy Lisa. Hand me the yellow paint.
I've learned to cook most anything. Sometimes I go all out and make something decadent. I'm usually vegetarian, but I've been here a long time, and the stores are just full of dead meat. Sometimes I make something fancy, just to make it. Then I toss it out. Last week, I ate a bunch of birthday cakes in the park. I was there to see the slide. The two of us were in love for a time, and I still care about her. She's a girl slide. Don't get me wrong. I know slides can't talk. I know they can't think. I know they can't feel. But I can do all those things. My lips used to get stuck together. There was nobody to talk to, and they'd be shut all day until I got something to eat. And sometimes I didn't eat all day. Sometimes I didn't eat for a long time. It was hard to talk to objects at first, to accept that the feelings they gave me could be love, or as close to it as I could feel now. There was only myself and the objects. Every day the stores are restocked. I've stayed in them overnight, trying to find out how. Every time I turn my back, there's a full shelf of orange juice again. I've never fallen in love with any orange juice, but there are a few of them I think are very beautiful. That same week, I shot a washer and dryer I found in the woods. I think I'd left them there a few seasons ago. I had never gotten close to them. They are only objects. I've fallen for a lot of soft objects. I can hold them at night. I can carry them everywhere. I saw the slide as more than an object one hot day. I was on something, who knows. Lying against her heated metal, I didn't know that I had ever had so much fun with her before, when there were others. But I look back on a lot of things like that with a sense of nostalgia now. Even things I know never gave me pleasure. I still long for them. Her metal on my skin was so familiar and comforting. I lie on her for a few hours or so. I climbed on her steps and slid down her slowly. I try to crawl up the chute. I lie in the shade beneath her. I stared at each raised bit of metal on her steps, the patterns in the textures, and the colors of her skin. The light dances on her skin. Dream Journal. I was walking in a circle. Kitchen, dining room, living room, hallway, kitchen. There was something just on the other side of the wall. It was walking in the same circle. There were things just out of view the whole way through. I lie on the wood. It was night inside, but it was day through the window. There was awful silence out there. Occasionally, I'll make films. Few have a traditional plot or structure, as I am the only actor. I've learned to cry on cue. I rarely watch my films after. Scene 2. Exterior, empty field. Summer. A human form sits at a table with a teacup and a vase. The human form wears a beautiful dress. The human form is weeping. The human form slides slowly onto the ground and screams and laughs violently, drooling and weeping. Suddenly, the form stops. Silently, the form returns to the table and pours the tea from the cup onto its dress.
Hey, do you want to read the self-insert fanfic I wrote with us in it? What? Totally. What's it fanfiction of? Sheerblade. What's Sheerblade? Don't you remember? It's that anime we binged on Netflix about the hot dead girl with the giant scissors. I must have been too high, I forget. No worries. I'll just summarize it for you with the help of my old friend Wikipedia.com. What an age we live in. Okay, so it's in the future or the past or something, and everything's mostly a desert for some reason. And a graveyard. There's just graves everywhere. I forget if they explain why. Whatever. Anyway, so the dead sometimes just die, but sometimes they stick around as ghouls, which are like normal people, but dead and strong, and they have powers. There's one. Check him out. Anyway, they are strong, and all of them are assholes. Cool. This actually sounds kind of familiar. Keep going. Each ghoul is connected to a place, person, or object by a spirit thread, like so. They share a magic bond with whatever they are tethered to. It's what tethers them to this realm. Okay, you got all that so far? Yes? Okay, so there's this one ghoul who's a real prick. She loves just, going around ruining villages and causing ruckuses and whatnot. Until one day, the people were like, okay, fuck this. These ghouls are just ruining everything. So they created a powerful weapon capable of slicing through spirit threads. The Sheerblade. It can separate the ghoul from whatever it's tethered to, casting it free from the mortal world to drift off to hell or whatever. Wow, no wonder I forgot all this. This is a lot of information. They gave the blade to their most powerful and buff warrior, and he snipped the rowdy ghoul's thread. She was pissed off about it. Without her thread linking her to the living world, she was cast off to the afterlife. But the other ghouls were pissed about it too. They got together and captured the warrior. But he didn't have the blade, so they killed him and made him a ghoul. Which, somehow made it so now the blade can only be used by ghouls, I guess. I don't know, I'm kind of spacing on this part anyway. But it turns out the warrior had left the blade with his daughter, so she could rid the world of ghouls instead. But it was cursed now. So now, this little kid has this worthless to humans shitty scissor sword that can only be used by ghouls, and her dad's an evil ghoul, somewhere, and she's bummed out. But she came up with a plan, a most dangerous and desperate plan. She found the grave of that rascally ghoul girl her dad killed from earlier. You remember her, right? Anyway. She brought that ghoul back by tethering her to herself with her own spirit thread, leaving her and the ghoul mystically linked together. This means if either of them dies now, they both die. So it was a pretty big commitment on her part. Now, linked together by the thread, the two reluctant companions travel the earth, searching for the girl's father, untethering all the ghouls they meet along the way. And that's the gist of it, basically. Anyway, in my fanfic, we mostly just follow them around and smoke blunts. Nice. Dude, I just read the part with her talking about her parents. This is really, really in line with the stuff Doris and I were talking about for that comic we're doing. You should link her this. I think she'd probably be super into it, and she'd probably have some good suggestions. Ah, really? Yeah, she'd be all over this, dude. You should text her. This should totally go in the zine we're doing, also. She should have that girl Lisa's friends with be there too, and they can be dating. Give her someone to talk to. Can't just do a whole story where she doesn't talk to anyone. She says she doesn't want any characters in it other than Lisa and her cat. Also, I thought Lisa didn't have any friends. Well, she can do flashbacks, right? Just flashback to them dating. Make Lisa gay. And she totally has a friend. That one girl, I forget her name. Hold on, I'll look it up. She says she doesn't want to do flashbacks either. Well then, just make her talk about how she used to be gay with her. What is the point of fanfiction if you aren't making someone be gay? And her friend's name is Janie.
I sat on the edge of an overpass. I dropped some fruit and watched it splatter on the street below. Myself next. Splattered on the road, I imagined I was an orange too. I pictured some wild animals finding and eating me. Pictured motorists driving by and taking a quick glance at me. Who dropped this here? They would wonder. Was it on purpose? Did it fall out of someone's grocery bag? Do they miss their orange? Maybe they'd go home and eat an orange themselves. An orange can make a difference. Dream Journal. I remember when I used to get email. Dear Pony Nerd 1990. Hello. I have read and your good post on Jazz Pony forums. I think we can make a proposition you. A trade. Would you like to trade me your throat and mouth for my throat and mouth? We take out the mouth and throats and replace each other. Your voice will be new. When you speak, you cough, you breathe. The sound will be new. You will want to eat new things. The tastes you love will change. My tongue and you will crave different tastes. Please consider soon offer. I can exchange mouths and throat. Very easy and very painless. Not a pretend offer. Real and limited suggestion. Thank you.
Man, I haven't seen The Simpsons in a while. Is this what the show is like now? I don't know. Emma and Jamie just, watch weird movies and stuff now. I'm supposed to say some ideas for what happens, but I don't get it. I think it's pretty good. Why does Lisa keep trying to hurt herself, though? Are your friends all right? Couldn't she just have fun with her cat?
I have collected every videotape, every photograph, every visual record I've found in every house I've explored. I study them. I take notes. I want to learn their power. I want to harness it. Find the images that resonate a magic that pierce me. To unlock the secret, so I may one day build my own world with precision. With each stroke, shape my world. With total clarity and understanding. With total control. Built as I see fit. My own realm. I've overtaken a few office buildings. File cabinets and boxes, floor to ceiling of notes. Manila folders with a paperclip attaching my photos, my findings, my discoveries, categorized. When I need to feel hungry, I need only open a folder. Every taste I have forgotten come back to me. Every feeling is organized. Collection is the easy part. To replicate, to control, to wield is another undertaking. Some magic is always missing. Where does the power lie? Between which colors is my feeling? Between which lines are the memory? How can I harness it? Mirror made of at least 75% recycled materials. A broken mirror still reflects the sun. But is the broken light as vibrant? The more time that passes, the more I wonder about the way things were. Maybe I've always known art more than people. I can speak in music clearer than words, and you can't really understand it. You interpret. It's amorphous. It means something different over time. Sometimes every time. Sometimes all at once. Maybe people are that way too. The first time I did DMT, everything looked like a Tool album cover. I had to reappraise some things. What I saw was so close to that whole look. Drug art. Why was I so jaded and dismissive before? This is what it really looks like. Maybe Tool was onto something. I saw it too. Who was I to judge? Do I try to frame my interpretations of the world, of art, of myself, to fit in line with what I've seen? Or is it really the way it is? Is there a shared experience? Or do we all try to fit what we see into that framework? I did MDMA the other day. So many thoughts where I'd shut myself down usually. I feel like myself when I'm rolling. I hate to say this now, because I'm not rolling. Why am I so self-critical? So self-censoring? So what if I'm a cliché? So what if I'm a tread path? We all share a path. Am I trite? Am I on well-worn ground? Or am I trying to let myself see our shared world? Are my thoughts useless echoes? But who would look upon my eyes full of tears, my face full of understanding, my shaking body full of beauty, and tell me, "Big deal, I already figured that out"? I feel my language, my understanding is so limited. I can only speak in what I've seen, and for so long I saw only art, only what has been pre-chewed, pre-swallowed, and spat back out again. And now there's no one else. No fresh clay for me to mold. I have a deep appreciation for collage, for the musical sample, for the repurposed. I never had much chance to chew my own food, but I think my vomit says as much as anyone's. I will take this expression, these scraps, and I'll make a mirror of them yet. The murky reflection is just as beautiful, because you can see how hard my soul is struggling to shine through. But still, I wish there was someone who could tell me they see something in my mirror. And I wish I could take this mirror back to when I really needed it. When I was unformed and raw. When I needed to see I was realized flesh that was unformed and raw, and could reflect the light from the sun. Or am I still raw flesh, and I can still be born? And is a mirror not enough, even if I am in it? And who cracked my glass to begin with? They have themselves to blame, because they brought me on themselves. May the light from my glass blind them.
She ruins every difference that happens to Homer by being a beauty queen.
Most annoying thing Lisa Simpson does. What does Lisa annoy me? If by annoy you mean I'd rather stick glass under my nails than be in the same room all day.
She's the godmother of the outrageous, the pop culture age, Man, I just purchased Crow Cillers but haven't read it. Is it as full of SJW shit as you say?
Ooh. She should have a birthday for her cat, and she can have her wear a little birthday hat and stuff. That'd be so cute. Or it can be Lisa's birthday, and her cat gives her a present. Also, she could meet some My Enormous Horses. I think Lisa and Daisy Stallion would get along perfect. She could go to Horseopolis to study them for a school report, and then she has to help them find some mystic peaches and... Oh. Okay. Well, she could still have a collection of them, right? Or she could watch it on TV. I really think Lisa would like My Enormous Horse. She should get to have something nice happen after she had to get on fire and stuff.
I sat atop a billboard. I'd like to change my viewpoint sometimes. The town becomes many other towns when seen from above, below, when seen high out of my mind. I remember family vacations, other states, other countries, other continents. They never felt too different, but they made home feel refreshing. I do what I can to turn new angles, to see in new lights, to make this one place into many. With my head tilted the right way, it can change, just a little. I came home to find the television on, an empty soda on the couch. The room had been disturbed. I was in a panic. I retraced my steps in my head 1,000 times, but I know I had never left some carrots in the fridge, and I know I had never put this ice cream in the freezer. Snowball was with me. Snowball is always with me. What has been here? Has Fox finally sent someone to get rid of me? To clean up the mess? Is it a higher power still? I will not go extinct. Intruder, ghost, liar. Whatever has entered my home, you are not meant to be here. I ran outside screaming, I will find you. I will find you. Across every inch of Springfield, I tore a path of destruction, all while screaming, I will find you. I will find you. Who has entered my home? I feel things I had forgotten. Fear, anticipation. Why now? Why now? In my room, the phone off the hook. The bed was not made. The shelves were disturbed. The colors shifted, and the room spun. I felt I would vomit, and I vomited. I've wondered before, of course, countless times, if one day I would go back. If my family were to see who I am now. If I were to be where I was before. How I miss it, or parts of it. But I can't be there again, as I am now.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Okay. Exhale. Ah, yeah, that's a good smoke selfie. Nice. Throw some emoji on that shit. Anyway, you were saying you had another fanfic idea? Oh, right. Okay, so, you know Cream from Sonic? I think she's a rabbit? Yeah. I barely know Sonic, though. I've never really played it. Same, I generally do not think about Sonic. But you gotta follow your muse. The other day, I'm just like, What about Cream the Rabbit with a gun? I love it. Oh hey, you gotta finish the fic later. It's time for work. Oh man, we gotta get dressed. I'm ready. Yeah, me too. Good evening, folks. Dope. Cowabunga. That feel when... This is called quoting, a sensation spreading among teens on and offline. Is it awful or fine? More on this later. In other news, Cream the Rabbit with a gun. Just think about it. Those cats got in the studio again. Get out! Get out! Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Calm down, I think. It's been a few days. I've seen no one. Perhaps I left the cola on the couch. I print some flyers. Hello. 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 Days go by. I check each one I pass. Nobody. Nothing. But then... Hello. Hello.
Wow, she's beautiful. What a sweetheart. What should we do now? Let's see if she wants to go to Denny's. Hey, do you want to go to Denny's? Could you pass the syrup, please? Thanks, darling.
I remember when Snowball 5 first died. I saw her on the couch. It wasn't violent, but you could tell from across the room something was wrong. But the next morning, she was on my bed. Like the cereal at the store. Like my burned and crushed body. Reset. Was it still her? Etc., etc., etc. Who cares? You get it.
I'm so glad we're hanging out with this thing now. Yeah, remember when that cop pursued us for our crimes? I thought she was, gonna shoot him. But then she just vored him. That was great. Yeah, I remember. She's still eating him. I know, I just wanted to talk about it again. Nice. Oh, hey there. Did you want some? You're like 21, right? Oh, dude, come quick. It wrote some fanfiction. OMG. We should read it outside. I think whoever owns this house just pulled into the driveway. Okay, let's see what we got here.
For a few days, I couldn't leave the house. I was so afraid to stay in it, too. Whatever was out there had been here before. Then I thought, the woods. Wouldn't it be safer? I mean, I could run. I've memorized the forest so well by now. Whoever they are, they just got here. They can't know their way around as well as I do. There is escape in the forest, right? Things were all clear for a while. I let down my guard again. Normalcy. And then, while resting, I hear footsteps. in my bag for the scissors I've been carrying. You will not kill me. You will not take me or feast on my skin. I remember humans. I know what we do. You will not consume me.
So, hey, guess we should, have sex? Huh? You got condoms? Or... yeah? I guess so. In that, drawer? You know, I watched some videos on it, and that's not actually the way to make your voice sound more feminine, actually. You are... Oh. Okay. Hey, could I, I've never touched, I've never touched someone else's. Dang, this thing writes some raw Crow Killers fanfiction. I'm into it, though. Same. It's like the fics we wrote after Dark Willow skinned that dude.
I stay in the woods a while, weeks at least, without incident. The change of pace is welcome, really. Periodic journeys back into the city, on guard. Extreme caution. I realize I haven't taken a photo in a long time. I feel no inspiration. I sit on a ledge and look down at a stream. The running water seems lovely today, but I can't think of how to capture it. There's something intangible. I take a few shots anyway, and I hope to... Hello? Is there someone up there? Hello? Hello? Was someone here? Please, where are you? Did you put up those notes? Hello? Hello? Huh. I woke up the next day in the forest, in the spot where I had burned myself. The gas can was gone. The coughing devil was gone too. I wondered the expected things. Why now? What is this terrible thing with my face? What does it want? Whatever. But I didn't think on it too much, really. I didn't want it to be real. It was always on my mind, but not like actively, you know? It's always there, but the second you start to think about it, you have to think of something else. Because it's so much. You just have to keep moving. If you turn to look, it will suck you in. The coughing devil across the street, in the trees, staring from the garage. I knew where it would be. The coughing devil was in my room. I know it must plan to kill me. What else? Is it my replacement? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I just have to kill it. It doesn't matter. I can never look at it again. I get in the house at night. Grip the scissors. Up the stairs? I don't have to be there. I walk the halls with my eyes closed. Nothing but a vile thing could show up now. It's in my face, in my room, and I have no choice. I grip the scissors. I count up to 10, silently mouthing the numbers. I get to 10 and count back down to 0. I do this a few times. Then I tell myself, just go. And then... Snowball, stop! I heard it laugh. It smiled. It felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I stay up all night in the woods. My thoughts race all night. I don't end up thinking about anything. Everything goes in circles. I just need to sleep this off. Things will make sense in the morning. Dream journal. I haven't had recurring dreams, but I've had a few that stood out. The details aren't important. I couldn't transcribe their significance anyways. What they felt like, what they really meant. I can't explain why I have a connection to checkered floors. One appeared in my dream tonight. I remember a relative's house, the basement, gazing into a bathroom with a floor like this. It was unlit. It was near a room I wasn't allowed in, which maybe gave it its sense of menace or foreboding. Nothing too serious. Ominous. But that doesn't seem to be enough. Some things make me wonder. There's so much that's come back to me in the years I've been alone. Things I'd blocked out completely. It's one thing to hear that repressed memories are a thing. It's a whole nother thing when it happens to you. To realize you've been aware of it. I didn't really forget. But it's like skirting the edges, tiptoeing around it, keeping it at a distance, never engaging too closely. And I can still feel myself do that sometimes, even now. But I can't see in through the fogged window at the blurry shapes and figures. A touch of a chin on my neck. The hair on the chin on my neck. I can't be touched on that side of the neck. But did he ever really put his chin there? A positive memory. A vision of myself as president. Not that I have the same reverence for the job as I did as a kid, but that's success. To see myself there. Anywhere. And to really feel it's not only possible, but only a matter of not giving up. And it won't even be that hard, because the teachers all tell you, and the rest all tell you, you're on the track, before you realize how messed up your brain is, which kind of sets you back a bit. What could I still be? What do I even want to be anymore? I guess a Peace. Vile Lemon's infamous 2005 "This Is Your Fate" ad campaign. This will be your fate. Or, you could drink new Strawberry Fission flavor Vile Lemon Cola. Have faith in yourself, and you will see the Vorax in 3D in theaters now. Stay vile. AOL keyword, stay vile. What was the question? Sorry, I don't know how to answer questions. I just play jazz flute. Watch Cheers, Sunday at 6. Every birthday, every Christmas, you get another season on DVD. First, you appreciate the packaging. No, wait, even before that. First are the months of looking at it online, checking the page and the cover daily, walking through the store, picking it up, turning it in your hands, feeling the plastic. Then, when it's finally yours, that's when you open it slowly. Take as long as you can to look at each piece of the included booklet, the art on each disc. Flip through the book a few times, only for the pictures, so you can go through it again to read the episode descriptions next. You pace yourself and watch every episode once. Then the special features, then the commentary, each episode again. You take it with you every other Sunday to Dad's house and watch them all a third time. Then it goes into rotation with the others. It's lost its brand new magic. It's just another season. But now, the shelf is more full. The rainbow is more beautiful. You go back to the routine. You lie on the floor immobile. You wait until your next birthday. Or you used to, anyway. I just got the last season. I'm so glad that I have friends now. Crow Killers is the creation of Cate Wurtz and can be read on her website, www.lamezone.net. Music in this video is also by Cate Wurtz, pulled from several of her albums on her Bandcamp page, which I will link in the video description. If you're here and you've listened this far, you probably already knew all of that, but anyways. This is a fan project. I am not affiliated with her at all. I just enjoyed this comic and decided to do this for some reason. All voices in the video were done by me. All of the editing was done by me. I don't have much else to say. Thank you for listening this far. Cool.